And now, in studio, bringing his Midwest values from the Show Me State to the land of San Diego. He's a triple threat, licensed as an attorney, mortgage broker, and a top producing realtor who's crushing the competition. Here to deliver you what's happening in the trenches of the market. Your host, Michael Gaddis.
Welcome back to the Michael Gaddis Show on AM 1170 The Answer. I'm your host, Michael Gaddis of michaelgaddis.com and frontierloangroup.com. And I do have another .com that I rarely mention anymore, and that is CaliforniaLoanModificationAttorney.com. That's a long one, but CaliforniaLoanModificationAttorney.com. And that's the reason I mention that is because I'm switching hats. I'm switching hats to my lawyer side, which encompasses a very small percentage of my daily work week anymore. But I think it's very important because I don't know if a lot of you know, but I am literally one of the most renowned loan modification and distressed property experts in the state of California, maybe in the United States. How do I know that? Because on any given week, I get, I don't know how many phone calls from Californians and from people all over the country. You know, just this week so far, I've gotten 2 calls from Minnesota, 1 from Maine, 1 from West Virginia, 3 from Texas. People find me because of all the content and everything I write on the internet about loan modifications and short sales and distressed property. So they asked me, I got one from Florida, and she messaged me on the Facebook, you know, kind of asking me if I could help her in Florida, that she's very frustrated with Wells Fargo. And so this is a normal, you know, part of my day, you know, kind of filtering through these and trying to see who I can help and who I can't. And one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to talk to you guys today about this is because I know that there was a time when everybody was having problems with their loan. It seemed like everybody was having problems with their loan. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And you know, and that problem still exists, believe it or not. There are still a lot of people struggling. They have either bad loan modifications, or they never received a loan modification, or they're struggling to save their house. And I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit today about that. Part of the process when you call my office and you have distress is that you'll talk to Caitlin, who handles my intake. Caitlin fills out a worksheet, okay? She gets some information from you. The main reason is to gather everything, because if I talk to you, you're going to want to tell me everything in the world, and I only have so much time in the day. So once I have your information, I can analyze your intake sheet pretty quickly to kind of see where you're at. And then I can talk to you and I can hear a little bit about your story. When I process these things, let's say I process 10 of them. You know, maybe 5-6 years ago, I could probably help 7 or 8 out of 10 people. I would say now I can help maybe 1 to 3 of the 10 people who call my office now. The reality is that the market has shifted. Loan modifications are all about, get this, drum roll, the investor of your loan, not you. So when you call your lender and you mention anything about distress, the first thing they say to you is, "We're here to help you." No, they are not. They're there to assess you. They're basically assessing you to see what loss mitigation tactic exists that's in the financial best interest of the investor, not you. Now, I know a lot of people don't understand that, and they think, well, I have a really good hardship, they should help me. Hardship is just one part of the analysis. You have hardship, you have financial assessment, and net present value. Hardship is just the first hurdle. No matter how good your hardship is, once that hurdle is satisfied, it's no longer relevant. They move on to the financial assessment. So it's really important that that people realize and keep that under consideration, that you're basically trying to get a loan modification at the expense of an investor. So ultimately, there are two enemies that I have whenever I try to help somebody with a loan modification. A human that inputs data into a computer, in order to be good at, do well at helping people with reverse mortgages, with loan modifications, you have to understand how the computer works. Now, there's a lot of algorithms in the computer. There's a lot of checks and balances. There's a lot of factors that go into that. So when I analyze somebody's situation, I look to see, have you had prior modifications? What program did you have? What's your current income level? What's your delinquency level? What's your current unpaid principal balance? What's your current market value? All of it. There's so many pieces of data that goes into it. And it's funny because I'll sit there and analyze it, and I'll get people's pay for, because I don't take their word for what they make on there, and so I'll ask them to send in their pay stubs, and I'll ask them to send in their previous modification and any income documents they want me to review. After I review all of this stuff, I can pretty much determine whether, in my opinion, they can obtain a loan modification or not. Now, I do not work in the world of possibility. Okay? A lot of things are possible in the world, right? It's possible that there's little green men living on Mars. It's possible, right? I mean, it's not probable, but it is possible. So I deal in the world of probability, not possibility. So when someone calls me and says, hey, do you think I can get a loan modification? I will tell them, no, I do not think so, based on your probability of success. And they will tell me, well, I just talked to 3 other people that sent me stuff in the mail, and they all 3 said that they could do that. And I said, I bet you they also talked to you for 5 minutes and then started telling you to send in $5,000 plus $1,500 a month. That's probably what they told you to do, right? Oh, well, they did get into the financial aspect of it. I said, you have talked to me for 35, 40 minutes. Have I even once mentioned money to you? No. That's because I'm analyzing you to see if I can help you. I'm not just trying to get you to send me money, which, by the way, violates SB 94, which is a state law anyway. So a lot of these companies will go out with giant fishnets, basically selling possibilities to people, and then they try to figure out which ones they can help and which ones they can't. But they don't work like I do, which is analyze first, determine probability, and then see if I can help you. Now, the thing that frustrates me is that because I am so thorough in my analysis, and because I can usually mathematically tell people where they're having problems, how they're having problems, I always get those people who say, I don't believe you. I know I can do it, and I'm going to try and try and try. Look, when you're in distress, it's like being in an airplane that's going down. If your house is in danger, you're in danger of losing your house, it's like you're on an airplane, and you know what happens to airplanes when they start going down? They spin out of control. So you're spinning out of control, and you're basically looking for something to do. Now, I'm telling you, look, your best option is not to try to pursue this loan modification, because if you pursue the loan modification, you're going to spin out of control and hit that mountain. What my job is try to find you the best way out of it. And sometimes it's not the loan modification. It could be another form. It could be a short sale. It could be a deed in lieu. It could be something like that. What that effectively does is it takes control of that airplane that's falling and allows you to guide it to a soft landing, or as soft as you can make it. That is what I do. I do not lie to you. I do not sell you on possibilities. I do not promise you leprechauns and unicorns. I do not tell you to go chase will-o-wisps in the woods. I do not do those things. What I do is tell you, based upon my experience of helping people since 2008, and based upon the fact that I have helped modify nearly 3,000 people, basically what I do is tell you, with my honest opinion, whether you can do this or not and what the best course of action is. And you can either choose to believe me, or you could stay in that airplane and let it spin. Because I'm telling you something, what's going to happen is if you don't believe me, you're going to go off and believe one of these things, these little flyers you get in the mail, saying, hey, we could help you. You're going to give them $5,000, they're going to charge a monthly fee, and then you're going to call me back in 7 months saying, these guys took all the money from me, I should have listened to you. Yes, you should have. Yes, you should have. You need to, I think the thing is the key is, you need to separate emotion from the reality. I mean, when you look at these things, you're looking at them purely emotional. Just take the emotion out, look at them analytically. Is there a way to do it, and what's the best way out of this bad situation? My goal is to basically help you either obtain a loan modification or to figure a way that you can basically transition out of it and set you up, land you as clean as I can, and then set you up for the future so that you could potentially buy another house in the future. That's my goal. Okay? My goal is not to sell you leprechauns and unicorns. So the only thing I'm saying to all of you out there, if you're in distress or you know somebody who's in distress, do not believe in leprechauns. They don't exist. If someone promises you one, they will never deliver it. They will, unless it's a Lucky Charms box, they will never, ever deliver it to you. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening today. It's been a great show, and I've been kind of on fire in this last segment. It's because I hear so much stuff, I just have to vent every now and then. Well, you're listening, as I said, to the Michael Gaddis Show on AM 1170 The Answer. I'm here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. talking about anything and everything related to real estate. If you would like to learn more about what I do, you could go to michaelgaddis.com, frontierloangroup.com, or my Facebook pages. Anyway, I'll be back here next Wednesday, probably in a much better mood, not nearly as fiery as I was in this last segment, and we'll talk more real estate. Thank you for listening.